Fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
I was saying to Pugs, Mogi, before you popped in there, and you know, I told you about that guy with the scooter, the really, really loud scooter.
Oh, yeah.
2 o'clock this morning, mate. Fast asleep I was, and then a distant, like streets away, and that was for the next hour him doing loops around by my house.
I love this guy, because then it makes you think, you go to the wider, like, that's part of what he's doing in the night. What else is happening in the night? How does he end up on his motorbike?
Yes.
Well, he's smoking crack.
Well,
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, totally. And Pug said he won't be. It'll be because it sounds like an off-road kind of. It sounds like a not legal bike.
Yeah.
It is so loud that I think it's just some concoction that he's fucking put together. And I'm saying he. It might be a she.
Oh,
I doubt it, but I'd say he.
Yeah,
mate.
it's a piece of shit.
And
move
I
from a
was
man.
8 inches away last night from getting out of bed in my undies and going up on the road and just effing and jeffing at the son of a bitch. But
you shaking your fist like old man.
yeah, but then I realised I'd be like, oh man, damn you,
you kids.
you know, and I just couldn't bring myself to be doing it. But God,
There's a yarn from back in my day which I was going to turn into a short film or a something at some point. It's just one of those sort of good stories. There was an old fella there, and he sort of lived out in the Wops. I'm thinking around Foxton or Shannon ways.
yes,
And he'd go out and he'd be doing a little bit of work on his old fella, slow moving. But he'd go out and he'd do some work on his verge. I can't remember quite what the story was, but it was taking him some time. And he'd go out there in the morning and he'd put out his cones and he'd do his work because he's sort of on the highway sort of thing.
yes,
Not the main highway, but back blocks. And then he'd do his work and then he'd methodically take his cones and move them back inside. Slow. You know, this is there's no conversation in the short film and he does this. Then he goes out one day and then he hears that. He hears, and this guy comes past on a motorbike and he just kicks over all the cones.
right,
Boots them all over, so the old fella got to go and pick them all up. Does his work for the day. The next day the same thing happens. And the next day the same thing happens. So he does it again, he puts out all the cones, and then the motorbike comes along and he kicks the first one and he goes fucking flying, this guy, with his motorbike. Because the old fella's filled up the first cone with cement.
nice.
It's got concrete in it by the
Yes.
time this guy gets it, and he just goes fucking flying.
Excellent.
Never did it again.
Yeah, well, I'm actually getting to the point of putting out bloody road spikes or something. You know what I mean?
Hope so.
But then I'm going to get.
But how's your sniper's rifle?
Yeah, it's not. I need to do some work on it.
How's your
Actually,
grassy knoll work?
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, back in the day when I used to go rabbit hunting with my cousin there on the farm, I was pretty damn handy with the old 22.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a dead-eyed dick.
Yeah, they're thick as shit though, aren't they, rabbits? They just sit there.
They
They don't move.
Well, no, I would
Unless they do, in which case you miss them.
I would argue they're skittery.
Oh, they're skittish.
They're
Sure.
and
But
you,
when they hear something,
you got to make sure you're approaching them from the right side in terms of where the wind is and so forth, so they don't smell
but
you.
what they do is, and I guess it's all animals, is they freeze.
Yes.
What's that? So they stay very, very still.
Hang about.
But that's what you want. That's what you don't want when someone's got a gun.
Yeah.
Don't stay still. You want to get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, never did the
Hunting?
The old. In fact,
neither.
my father. We had a weekend with Dad, and because obviously they went together. But my older brother and I went down, stayed with Dad, and then my brother got to stay for an extra day, and they went rabbit hunting,
Yes.
shooting, and I got $20 or $5 and put on the bus home.
Oh, what a stitch up.
That's really stuck with me there.
Yeah. Well, these things do. These things do,
Come
mate.
on, man, let me shoot a fucking rabbit, and
Yeah.
I would have been
I
bawling my eyes out if anybody shot a rabbit around me.
Yeah. Oh no, I loved it, and actually, in truth, I'd love to do a bit of hunting. I've often thought of it. Actually,
I like the idea of hunt it, use all of it. Like if it was like that.
Yes.
If it was that was the case, I would eat meat.
Yes.
If I could do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would like to know how to properly gut a fish and do all that sort of shit.
Yep.
And kill and skin and all of that. There's a lot of learning that will go into that. And then you need a deep freeze.
Yes.
Well, actually, although having said that, you gift it, which I like. I like the gifting.
Well, I was just going to say, our mechanic, he's...
I wish I was more useful as a man, Jase, to be honest with
I
you.
understand what you're saying. Our mechanic, actually, bloody good bastard he is too, and he's a deer hunter. And he would go out deer hunting in season and come back with all this deer meat and stuff. And we took our car to him one day, and he went, "Oh, Jase, I got something for you, mate." And I went, "Oh, what's that?" And he'd made venison sausages and all these really nice cuts of venison. He said, "That's for you and your family, mate." And I went, "Oh,
killed him.
Thanks, mate."
Stuck it up
I
on
said, "Where'd you get that
trade
from?"
near
And he said,
there.
"No,
Beautiful.
that was a deer I shot."
See, now that's got value.
Yes.
Yeah.
In society, that sort of stuff. Don't you feel good when somebody gives you that?
Totally,
Don't you feel good being able to give that?
Yes, totally.
I wish I could give something like that.
I can gut a fish.
I've got all that old fucking fruit, all the old shit I got out of the pantry, but that's already gone in the bin.
Yeah.
It's a shame, eh?
Yeah. I can gut a fish and do all that. I can skin a rabbit. I can gut a rabbit.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure about the workmanship, though.
Oh, it's pretty good. And I've never done anything like a deer or a boar or a pig or anything.
Oh, if you can do a rabbit.
You'd think so, eh? Surely it's the same thing. I mean, you got a few more guts and stuff to deal with. I can't see you getting into that, Pugs.
I can't see me getting into it either.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I respect the skill required for that.
Yes.
You should have to, though, shouldn't you? I think that should be a thing.
If you're going to eat meat.
I think if you're going to eat meat, then you've got to go to an abattoir and you've got to see how it's done.
I tell you what gives me a rager.
Oh, go on.
Oh, actually,
Half.
there's heaps of things that give me a rager.
Yeah.
You give me a rager.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, I hope so. You give me a rager.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
I'll be at the batch there and I'll catch a lovely kahawai. And I'll gut it and fillet it and then for lunch I'll cook my wife a lovely fillet of kahawai and butter and salt and cracked pepper, a bit of lemon zest
on there, good.
and then be like, "There you go, darling."
Yeah, eat
And
that shit.
make a little side salad maybe. And she's like, "Oh, yum. Oh my God, that's so yum." And I feel good.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like a man, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I could do it
I
as a
hunted
man
and
too.
killed that and then I butchered it.
Yeah,
And then it's on your plate looking
at it.
delish.
you like that?
You got to bleed the kahawai too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want, because otherwise it ruins the meat.
Yeah, that's what I'd always do. You got to hang them out the back porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, bleed them out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to eating this summer more than my fair share of seafood.
Yes. Yeah.
There is, and Waiheke was so good for this because it was sunny a lot of the time, in my memory, and a lot of fish, a lot of oysters.
Love me oysters, man.
So good, man.
Oh, good. Let's go and have a Big Show oyster fest.
Fucking A.
I would love to.
I'll
I've
tell
never
you
had
what,
one.
we should go over to Waiheke and go to that joint down the road.
Yes.
It's not free, so we need to flag that with Keyzie.
So,
But it's fucking awesome.
yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, man, I could eat oysters all day long.
Yeah, man. So it's and
Pugs?
we'll have to get on the piss because it'll be. But you've got to have bubbles there.
Yeah.
and oysters.
I've never had an
They're
oyster.
You've never had an
What?
oyster.
I've never had an oyster.
Oh, my
and
God.
I would very much like to.
What about a mussel?
I love mussels.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
You'll be
well,
that's a
fine
good
with an
start.
oyster because
Yeah.
I hate a mussel. I don't
Right.
think it's too rubbery for me.
I see what you're
They
saying.
can
But
do,
an
yes.
oyster is.
The bomb.
The people going about the snotty feeling, but if you like a mussel, you'll be fine.
Okay.
They're fucking good, man.
So good. The only seafood that I don't really like, which
Don't like kinner.
same.
No.
That's the one.
Fuck that.
And but yet you'll have other people go, "Kinner is the bee's knees,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That is the bee's knees."
I could
of
do a
seafood."
power, but that's got to be in a fritter because again, that's just
Yes.
too rubbery and
Yes.
it takes a lot of prep.
It does.
But
yet-
I don't like octopus,
No, that can be a bit chewy too.
but mainly because they're so intelligent. I struggle with that.
Yes.
Right.
Did you ever watch that great doco on that? What was it called?
Yeah, the guy that
The
was like in
octopus
love
I
with
used
it.
to fuck.
Yeah, basically.
How I got jerked off by an octopus. It was
That's
fucked.
exactly the road that I went.
There
when
was
I
a
watched
great.
it.
It was like, why is this guy whispering about this?
Yeah, why is it
fucking
octopus ASMR?
There was a great video of a. Was it a video? I think it was a video. It was at an aquarium, like a Kelly Tarleton setup, and they had these fish that were so they have the aquarium on either side, huge tanks, and then the sort of the travelator that take you around, and these fish were disappearing out of this tank, and they didn't know what was going on, so they put a camera in. And the octopus who was on the other side, in the other tank, he would wait until everybody went home, and then he would climb down the glass, across the travelator, up the glass into the other tank, eat until it had its fill, and then before morning, climb out and go back into its own tank.
What the fuck?
That's amazing.
That is so...
It's unreal. And then I was watching something the other day, which is not fish-related, but it was about crows. So there's a water... Don't
talk to me about crows, man.
Stone the crows, as they say. So there's like a milk bottle, say, or a jar, doesn't matter, and it's got water in it, but the crow can't reach it. But there's rocks around the jar. So he puts rocks in the jar to lift the water level. So it understands water displacement.
It's amazing,
Isn't that fucking insane?
I tell you, man, something's
so
going on with the birds.
Like, if that was me, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I would die.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
100% I would not know to do that.
Nah.
Amazing. But yes, I'm the same this summer, mate. Your prawns, your scallops, your squid, your oysters, your crayfish, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah, that's a good Christmas day.
Beautiful.
Righto, that must be an hour, is it?
Your Hauraki Big Show Keyzie word of the day is...
Seafood.
Yeah, that's nice.
You like seafood, Pugs?
You know what? I do, but I don't give it enough of a chance. I don't pursue going to have it, and I think I would like to change that.
Yeah.
We'll make you change it, Pugs.
Well, I'd love to come and get some seafood with you fellas.
There should you.
Thanks,
Nice.
mate.
Follow us on Instagram, you know the drill. Hauraki Big Show, Hoodie J, Mr. Mike Minogue, Call Me Pugs, Chris Key and Z. Keyzie words at the end of the week. You might get a prize on Monday.
Maybe.
Maybe.
See how I feel. Well, maybe I won't want to give it away. Maybe I'll keep it for myself.
Thanks,
You-
mate.